Next up, we have Nolan Pillay with the Millennial Success Code. Over to you, Nolan. And the host of the session, Mr. Noshad Khan from Multi-Marketing. Over to you, Noshad.
Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? You sound tired. Well, I'm hoping that this session will wake you guys up and give you some hope, inspiration, motivation. Because right here, right now, I have the pleasure and the honor of interviewing Nolan Pillay. He is the author of the Millennial Success Code, and we're going to speak to him right now about his book. Nolan, thank you so much for giving us the time this afternoon, this morning rather. We really appreciate it. So you'll be taking us from the morning to the afternoon. So I think at the end of the session, I can finally say afternoon. But let's start with you. Just give everyone a brief introduction. Who is Nolan Pillay?
Okay, thank you so much, Noshad. Really appreciate being here as well. So Nolan Pillay is a guy that comes from apartheid South Africa, poverty in South Africa. But the one thing that separates me from a lot of people is I do not allow those titles to kind of dictate who I can be. So apart from that, I remember myself as a 10-year-old boy, which I used to go out from one house to the next, selling Indian delicacies. The reason why we needed to sell these Indian delicacies was very simple. We didn't make a sale of our samosa, we didn't have money to buy bread, which meant we don't take lunch to school. And that was okay, because the schools did provide lunch for us back in the day in the form of a peanut butter sandwich or a jam sandwich. And I bought that glass of water as well. But again, it was circumstances or those experiences taught me a lot about who I am today as a person. And it allowed me to grow through that. I remember starting my first job as a packer and a sweeper in a factory that made Royco soup and Lipton tea. And just cleaning around the machine, etc. But this was way back in 1989. But again, I decided at that point, do you want to be a packer and sweeper for the rest of your life? And the answer was no. And I obviously used to work on weekends and fund my own studies to become the person that I am today. Apart from that journey of growing up, I do have quite a lot of accolades that I've got attached to my name. The biggest one in my career was being awarded the Global Humanitarian Award in Las Vegas last year. And that was for the work that we do in Africa. And the second one was this year we took part in a competition called Ignite X. I'm a speaker, professional speaker as well. So I took part in a competition called Ignite X, which is a mixture of American Idol and TEDx. The prize money up for grabs was $10,000 US. And I did extremely well. I came second in the competition. Again, it proved to myself that I can reach these platforms and express what I am, who I am. But apart from all of this, the title I like to go by is called Want to Inspire. Because if we are not on this earth to inspire others with the work we do and allow them to join us, why are we doing this? So I know it was a very long introduction, but I just wanted to give you an idea of who I am and where I come from as well.
No, that's good. So that everyone has a great idea of exactly who you are. And coming into our next question of when and how did you start writing? How did your journey of writing begin?
That's another good question as well. It's a hard-working question to me because I've never aspired to be an author. I was too lazy at writing. I preferred reading books. But in January 2021, I was admitted with COVID pneumonia. I went in with 58% oxygen levels, which is a near-death experience. I ended up spending 13 days in the intensive care unit. And I remember clearly it was around day 7. I put a post on Facebook, and somebody read the post and they said, "No, the world needs to hear your story." I said, "Hear my story? How?" He said, "Write about it." I said, "No way, I'm not a writer. I'm not going to write about this." But the motivation that they put forward was, let the world hear your story, inspired me enough to take pen to paper and start putting this together. And it really wasn't an easy journey speaking about my experience in the hospital. Because it kind of took away everything from me. I almost gave up on basics of my life as well. But look, the book is out. It's on Amazon. It's called My COVID Journey, Tools and Techniques That Got Me Through It. that allowed me to become a first-time author. So it's one of a painful story into one of success. So anyone out there, if you're facing obstacles or challenges, just see how you can take that and transform it into a success story. The book has done really well. It was written with two clear intentions. One of it was to help as many people as possible who have lost their loved ones through COVID to understand what a COVID patient goes through so that they can reach peace and closure in their lives. And the second part was to share through the techniques that got me through. But that was my writing journey. I published a book in the same year of 2021, in fact. I think it was September 2021. And it was very well received because I spoke about things in there that was really things I would not normally speak about. And from there, it led on to writing chapters in two international books that became bestsellers. One of them was called Ignite Your Faith, and the other one was called Ignite Your Courage. They made Amazon international bestsellers in a matter of 2 days in about 6 or 7 countries. And then came the journey of the Millennial Success Code, which is down there. That book as well, I started working with the youth from 2011. And a lot of the challenges that the youth face currently have been addressed in that book. So the book is written all about more of a blueprint to help them to get through life.
Let's talk about more about the Millennial Success Code. What is it about? Why did you call it Millennial Success Code? Give us the insight into the thought process behind it.
Sure. So again, with the title, the Millennial Success Code, although I'm calling it that, that is for, the book is ready for anyone. But I call it specifically that because I want to address the issue that we have on hand in South Africa, and that's with the youth. A lot of our youth have limiting thoughts. They have fear thoughts. They believe that wherever they are in this current state, they are stuck there. Nobody's teaching them or guiding them how to get out of these situations. When I was growing up, I had the uncle or aunt that came and just spoke to us and guided us and said to never give up, etc. And that helped me on my journey. How many of the youth of today really have something like this available to them? A lot of them are turning to drugs and alcohol and turning to all the wrong things because nobody's telling them there's so much more to life for them. I personally believe they have so much of potential, and we need the youth of today to be able to take over South Africa and lead South Africa to a place that it needs to be at, not with the current state of leadership that we have. So this book is written as a blueprint to guide them through this whole process of life. So I've written it strategically in 3 different phases. The first phase, which is the first 6 chapters, is all about internal work. I want them to get all of these issues that they are going through, the limiting thoughts, not understanding what their belief system is all about. I want them to deal with all of this first and kind of start off fresh in their journey through life. So that's why it's all about dealing with the root cause. And once we deal with the root cause, we now move on to the next phase of the book, which is the next 6 chapters, and that's teaching them how to apply this in their personal and professional life externally, out of the bodily factor, out of the mindset, etc. So once they've done that, they've accomplished that, that is going to put them onto this journey of finding purpose within themselves, finding out what Noshad wants to do in life, not what Noshad's parents want him to do. Chasing after your own goals, everything that you aspire to become, chase after that and become that person. And I can tell you, it may seem easy because I'm saying it, but once you put your mind to it, you can accomplish this. And the last phase of the book basically deals with, okay, you've done extremely well in your personal life, in your professional life, what next? How do you leave this legacy? How do you live this purpose-driven life? Life is not just about us, it's about a bigger purpose out there. We want to be able to leave this legacy so that others can follow, and not just follow our story, they can leave their own legacies as well. They can become their own inspirations as well for all of us. I didn't learn this on my own. I've been grateful enough that I've been working with a lot of international mentors like the late legend Paul Proctor. So I learned a lot from him that I still carry in my life until this day. So like we are all reading or learning, just don't forget or don't think it's a bad thing to follow other people. It's a good thing as long as you're following the right people and for the right objectives as well.
Yes, it's all about following the right people, the right advices as well. So you said that you wrote your book mainly targeted at youth. Are those the only people that should be picking up, people in reading it, or is there a broader spectrum to
there is a broader spectrum. I would say the age category is from 16 and above. And the reason why I say that is there's a lot of people now that are in corporate. They've got the title, they've got their house, their cars, their family, etc. But they're in a form of stuckness. They don't know what to do next because nobody taught them that there is life beyond you getting your own personal titles as well. So what I teach in the book is how can they find purpose and how can they start getting involved in purpose-driven activities so that they can leave that legacy as well. Don't just stop at the corporate side. There's a bigger picture out there that is much more important. So anybody who's going through obstacles, challenges, this book is going to help them out of it, like it helped me out of it as well. You'll see in the book I speak about some of the challenges that I've been through, my attempted suicide, etc. But more so I'm sharing techniques and tools on how they can get out of it. Because nobody wants to hear our sad stories all the time, right? They want solutions. So I say a lot of solutions. Each chapter has a reflective exercise. So I don't want you to just pick up the book, read it, and leave it aside. The previous author that was here spoke about taking that knowledge and applying it. That's exactly what I want the readers to do. Take the knowledge and use it and apply it in your life. And believe me, it will make an impact on you.
So that is the broader spectrum of healing. It's not just for you, it's for anyone out there who feels stuck, who feels like they want to progress in life. This book is for them. Now, like you said at the beginning, you weren't really a writer. Writing wasn't your thing. But after you said your first book about your COVID journey, and then now the Millennial Success Code, do you have any future plans to write any future books, maybe a year or two from now?
Oh yeah, well, it's on the cards. The Millennial Success Code took me 18 months to put together. And I remember when I handed my manuscript to my publishers, they said to me just like, no, there's 3 books in here. So they already set me up in my mind that the second book will follow this as well. I'm going to be writing that not immediately, say in the next 18 months. I will put pen to paper again and get down to it. Because writing takes a lot of time, a lot of commitment, a lot of dedication as well. But when you're doing it, when you're writing a book that you want your readers to read, you get more encouraged and inspired to write that book. So don't become the one who is in the video.
So, with regards to your first book and the Millennial Success Code, what was the reaction around you to the circle of people that you know to you being published? What was the reaction regarding yourself publishing this book and the book itself?
Look, when I did the first book, I surprised myself by becoming a first-time author. And that book, when it went onto Amazon, I said, well, Amazon's got an author profile as well. And now I can put Nolan Pillay there, a few of who I am and stuff. I was like really surprised because it's a huge platform. So for me, I was really excited about it because it's a big success story that I could achieve. The people that are receiving the Millennial Success Code currently, I wasn't really surprised because I knew that it would be well received because the youth today are looking for a blueprint. People are looking for something in life to inspire them to become better. So it's been very well received. We were down in East London the last couple of days at a congress that we were invited to exhibit the book. And these were doctors and psychiatrists and stuff like that. So a lot of people that deal with mental wellness issues. And the book covers a lot of that in there as well. So when they opened up the book and they started reading it and they were saying, we need to get this to our clients, to our patients as well. So I'm really grateful for the reach so far. Personally, I want to get it out to as many universities, colleges, corporates as possible, because anybody could deal with this book or use this book in this current state. People are excited about it. The right people will be excited for your achievements, of course. But at the end of the day, I'm not doing it for the people. I'm doing it so that I can become a better person. I'm doing it because I can help others through my story as well. And that's more important for me. The impact that it's going to be, the value add that it's going to bring to a person as well.
Wow, that's amazing. So, what advice would you give to other, I remember you said that you didn't have any goals to be a writer, and now you are a writer. What advice would you give to other writers, poets? There's quite a few authors who are here this afternoon, exhibiting their work. Some who are maybe not sure about publishing are closet writers, you get those as well. What advice can you give them now that you're the stage you're at, where you're now a two-time published author?
Look, it's simple. We all have a unique story. We all have a beautiful journey in life. Just do it. When you start writing a book, just put the pen to paper. Don't be scared about it. Don't be scared to make it a perfect copy. I can tell you now, although the Millennial Success Code has been through so many edits, I still don't believe it's perfect because there's nothing that is perfect. So when you're writing a book, when you're writing down your chapters, etc., don't worry about perfection. Worry about getting it out there. The editors, the no-shots and stuff, they can take care of all of this for you as well. But write a book. But most importantly, write a book that you want your readers to read. Very importantly, because you need to understand what is going on in this world currently and what do you want to bring to the party, so to speak, that you want them to take over as well. So don't be afraid to do it. With my experience with my former books, I spent an hour a day writing between 400 to 500 words. Wow. That's a lot. So can you imagine 400 to 500 words, an hour a day? You do that in a period of 5 days, that's 2,000 words that you would have put together. 2,000 words times 4 weeks in a month, that's 8,000 words. Wow. Times 6 months, that's 48,000 words. That's your book, right?
Yeah.
But you need to commit to it. What I did was, I made calendar entries that every morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., after I do my gratitude and my mindset practices, I start writing for that hour. I put my book soft music on, and I just start writing or typing away for that hour. So if you dedicate to that and you want to get your book out there, do that. Everything else will fall into place.
Yes, like you said, just do it like Nike.
Yeah, exactly.
So, where can people find your book? Where is the Millennial Success Code available?
Look, it's at various sources all over the internet. You can go Google my name, you'll find the book. But I would say go to mnstore.posa or Bookbank. These guys have my book out there as well. You can get it from them anytime as well. If you want to connect with me, if you're looking for advice or guidance, just look for Straight Talk with Nolan. Just put it on Google and you'll find all my contact information come out there. I'm always happy to give you advice and help you with whatever you start with at that point as well. So I do that for a living, so always willing to help you.
Right. So I think a lot of people might be wondering, and there are some who are watching us live on Facebook right now, how has your experience been with multi-marketing and book banking, getting your book out to the various locations that you mentioned?
Look, we met just over a month ago. 5 weeks ago at Eduboski in Durban, where we had a book fair as well. And we just connected. I liked what I heard from Rashad's mother, him being such a youngster and taking a liking to writing at the tender age of, was it 5 years old, and look at him today. So I think for me, it's that connection that we formed with you and Douglas. That was really amazing because you guys are really good guys. You guys want to make a difference to other lives out there. You want to make my job easier by getting my book out there, for example. I mean, in a period of 5 weeks, you guys got me being interviewed today on Heritage Day. So it's been really great for me. I'm grateful for meeting both of you guys and the team as well. So it's been a good experience for me. So if anyone is looking out to find the ideal people to deal with, connect with the no-shots and Douglas as well. You won't regret it, trust me.
We appreciate that a lot. I believe you selected an excerpt from your book to read for us today?
Yeah, so this is a funny story, right? Because it just happened a few minutes ago after you spoke to me. Noshad said to me, Nolan, can you pick an excerpt from your book and read it? So I just flipped through one page, and I found the ideal one. I didn't have to go through 3 or 4 different chapters to do it. And this shows that the book has everything, or on all these pages, there is something amazing in these pages as well. So I'm going to read one from a chapter called The Redefining Success Code. So what I've done in the book is at the end of each chapter, I have a success mindset, I have a success principle, and I have some action points and reflective exercise as well. So the one I would like to read is from the success mindset on the Redefining Success Code chapter. It says, in pursuing purposeful endeavors, prioritize roles and opportunities that align with your values. And earlier in my interview with Aisha as well, we spoke about values. So it says, align with your values. Seek careers that reflect your beliefs, allowing them to be effective and contribute positively to the causes you care about. This alignment fosters a sense of fulfillment and motivation in your professional journey. So that just stuck out for me, and it just goes on to speak about embracing purpose over profit. Signifies a shift towards holistic success. Because a lot of people write a book and you think you're going to become a billionaire overnight. It's not going to happen. This takes time. Success is not an overnight activity. It took me years and years to be who I am today, and I can tell you this, I'm not at my best self as yet. Every single day that I wake up, I'm planning to become better and better every single day. I'm competing with myself and no one else as well. So for me, the book is not only for South Africans, it's a South African story that people can resonate with in Africa, not only South Africa. But for me, it needs global attention. And one of the reasons is the publishers of this book are based in Canada. And the reason why I'm working with them is we run a non-profit and they sponsor our non-profit as well. They contribute to our causes, hence we've decided to partner with them on this journey as well. So going back to the question of international reach, for me it's quite important that people internationally understand our South African stories as well. Because most of the time, believe me, in my conversation with them, they resonate so much more easier with our stories because they're experiencing the same. We think life is all glamorous abroad, etc. They have the same problems as us. So that's why they can resonate with us. So yeah, targeting an international audience is important. They go through what we go through as well.
So before we wrap this up, do we have any questions from the audience that you'd like to direct to Nolan?
Hi Nolan. Hi, my name is Willem. I think we've met.
Oh, we've met, yes. Good to see you again.
Congratulations, firstly.
Thank you.
Secondly, I feel the passion that comes out from what you're saying, and I think it's very appreciative. Mine is not a question, more a comment. I wish you success, and I think you drive home some good points, and I think the entire aspect, the entire approach of your book is obviously fascinating and thrilling from the point of view that it resonates with what we're living through current times.
Yeah.
And our youth especially are obviously not dissuaded but really down there, not even interested in reading the books, etc. So apart from being informative, I think it's very educational, and you obviously bring back a lot of memories in terms of positive mental approach, etc., etc. I think by far and large, having said that, it is very important that to the readership out there is that the application of what you put in.
Yeah.
Because it's all very well having the Millennial Success Code. One can read it like a love story from page A to page Z, but not really gain out of it. So one needs to apply their mind when they read. And obviously I'm not trying to dictate how one should read, but I think that is what comes through for me from the Millennial Success Code.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And the book is written in that way, in the sense that I say to readers, whoever buys the book is I don't want you to buy the book, read it, and put it aside. Yes. I want you to be able to take the knowledge that I've gained over all these years and apply it in your life. Because if you don't apply it, it becomes useless knowledge, right? So it's all about the application as well. And it's not difficult because if I can go through so many challenges and use those tools and techniques in my life and apply it and become a better person, so can anybody out there as well.
I think Millennial Success Code is not just a book, it's a guide.
It's a guide.
That's what it should be there. Yeah.
One of the things I'll mention from the book, so the book has reflective exercises and two of the techniques throughout the book, right? It helps them. But one of the things that stands out here is whenever one of them are going through whatever challenge or obstacle in life, I advise them in the book to write this on a piece of paper. Because when you write it down, then you understand much better what the problem is. But they need to write it down. But once they write it down, I advise them to write 5 positives to offset that one negative obstacle or challenge that they are experiencing. Now this is teaching them that whenever they face any obstacle or challenge, they follow the same exercise. And the more they do this, the more they're going to reach a point where these obstacles or challenges will be very trivial for them, and it wouldn't be as hard as they think that it could be as well. So the same with the suicide question as well. When I went through it, I wrote down, why did I attempt suicide? And you'll be amazed at the answers I was giving myself. I was giving myself answers that I was too embarrassed about what society would think about me. I was too embarrassed that my parents will feel shame for me. And all of those things I was making up in my mind because they were not going to treat me in that way after I come out of it. In fact, they treated me with much more love than care. So the more you write these things down, the more it helps you to understand why you really attempted it, why you went through this. And going forward, you can address it much more easier. I do have, based on the book, I have a 12-week program. It's called Be the Best Version of Yourself. So we currently have 9 students that attend class every Monday for 2 to 3 hours where I coach them and train them on it. And at the end of it, they have exercises to do. So we have a community page. It's like a Facebook, but this community page is for like-minded people. So they go in and they capture their homework on this panel that we have. And not anybody can get into it. You've got to be a registered user or student to be able to have access to that. And it's so nice because now you find a like-minded community interacting with each other and rubbing off ideas of each other as well. So the 12-week program is there. It's called Be the Best Version of Yourself. It's on a website called Project 1 Million. So project number 1 million.co.za. You can have a look at it on it. That's part of the bigger picture of touching 1 million lives in South Africa.
Wow, incredible. Do you want to speak more about that?
Yeah, so it's been always a goal, a big goal ever since I'm a student of Mind Rally. So I remember in 2020, in fact, I created this bold vision of touching 1 million lives in South Africa. And the intention is to touch those 1 million lives through the 12-week program. What we do is for the first 3 months, we get the student in, we get them in the right state of mind, because that's more important for us. Once we get them in the right state of mind, we'll say, now, Noshad, what career do you want to pursue? If Noshad says he wants to become a mechanic, we get a qualified mechanic contractor to come in, teach Noshad that skill for the next 9 months of the year. So within a year, Noshad now can go out and fish for himself in the real world. And once Noshad can fish for himself, obviously he's going to bring it back to his communities and start helping them as well. So the bigger picture is to get rid of unemployment as well, together with the Project 1 Million program. And we can't do a program of this magnitude alone. We rely on sponsors, collaborators, corporates to come in and get into the program with us, and we make it a joint effort. For corporates, there's a major benefit. Imagine, so we basically doing the job of their human resources. We're spending 3 months with the employee or their employee. Once the 3 months is done, the person goes into their workplace and can work for them to the best of their ability. It's going to benefit the company in a major way.
Wow.
So that's the goal of Project 1 Million.
Don't give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach him how to fish, and he will feed himself for life. That's amazing. Any other questions anyone has? No? Going once, going twice? So thank you so much, Nolan, for this time.